Hello, everybody. Welcome to another interactive Kibitzing session. Let me share my screen. The game already started. And let me put the link for the Kibitzers to join us. And we are playing four hearts. After I had this wonderful hand, two high card points, I decided to transfer at the 4 level because maybe they have a 4-spade game. It's a preempt after a 1-0 Trump opening bid. And it didn't pan out because Rhoda didn't have a doubleton spade. She had 3. But the 4 hearts is probably going down 1 only, maybe down 2. Not a big deal. And I think in imps, that's a winning strategy to create problems for the opponents. I guess West had a difficult hand to react to once he heard 4 diamonds, but we'll see soon. Let me post the link for the Kibitzers so that they can join us. Wow, Rhoda plays 4 hearts. Come on. Here it is, the invite link. Call the Kibitzers here. Reasonings. Here we go. So this is down 2 if they catch the spade, which they will. Otherwise, down 1. Here we go. Down 2, not full. No big deal. They could make their best trump suited clubs or diamonds, unfortunately for us. And so, but they can make, see, this guy had a very tough problem here. He might have bid 5 clubs. And we lost 1 imp. As I said, no big deal. I think imps is about creating problems for the opponents. If he had bid 5 clubs, he would be quite wrong on this hand. He would lose a diamond and 2 spades. Well, maybe not even that. They make 5 clubs. That's interesting. Since Rhoda's on lead. I don't think they quite make it after a heart lead though. He doesn't have entries for the spades. So no, they won't be able to make 5 clubs. I was thinking he might discard all the diamonds on the spades, but he doesn't have entries for that. To draw trumps and get the dummy after we dislodge the ace of hearts. So they go down 1 in 5 clubs. With a very suitable dummy. Okay, now we have 16 on this one. I will just bid my hand naturally here, even though I'm not in love with it. I don't think we'll get a game here after the double by West. 16 and 7, 23 high card points. A nice fit. We can discard our dime on the jack of hearts after the lead. And maybe let's see if king of diamonds is offside. No, it isn't. So now we need to start establishing our spades. There's no need for that discard after all. And so we are losing at most the king of clubs, at most. We can probably just play the king of clubs. Since Wes has at most so far king, queen of hearts, king, jack of diamonds, and queen of spades, that's barely a double. I'll play him for the queen of clubs and make 11 tricks. So some lucky breaks and lead. Barely a double, as you see. Barely. But it garnered 2 imps for us once we just played on the right strain. Hello there. Welcome, Toddy. Uh, for those who are here for the first time in this kibitzing session, whenever you feel like asking something, making a comment, just grab the mic. I just ask if there is environmental noise around your area. I will unmute you, but I'll mute you, sorry, and you can unmute yourselves if you have a question. Anyway, here we're probably not gonna lead. Looks like no trump is their landing spot, given my spade length. Nice lead from Rhoda. I'll have to play the ace here, hoping for her to have king fourth, because why not? Sometimes clubs are 2-2. And we played the original fourth best from original fourth, not current fourth. And so if she has the king fourth, and it looks like that, unless it's always bridge is a tough game, so it's always possible that she'll have some other visualization of the hand and duck, playing me for ace third, for example. But in effect, she should not. And so her king fourth should really, the 9 is a nice card for me. I would play the 8 if she didn't play the 9, mostly because the Clara cannot have jack third, jack 9 third, and throw away the jack under the queen. So nice lead. And now she's discarded a low diamond, so that looks like an encouraging card for diamonds, but I don't think there's any further tricks for her as well. The ace of diamonds is a nice card. But that said, the card discarded a spade, so he might not have the spade king. But he surely should have ace king of hearts to have an opening bid. Ace king of hearts, the jack of clubs, and the diamond stuff. But you never know. People sometimes open with horrible hands. If that's the case, he'll have a spade finesse at the end. And there will be a squeeze, so that Rhoda will have to bear the spade king or discard the diamond, as she did. So she was squeezed. There's a nice lead. If she didn't lead that, the Clara will have time to develop 10 tricks if she leads a diamond, 9 tricks if she leads something else, 5 spades and 4 hearts plus a possible diamond. Nice choice of leads by Rhoda. This one, 6 cards, but terrible 6 cards. Surely my hand is not good enough to take voluntary action, but I have a response to partner's opening bid. And over the most likely continuation, which is 1-0 trumps, I will bid 2 hearts. I preferred strain here is hearts if she has a balanced hand. 2-0 trumps. Now we should go to game. But she might have one of those lopsided hands in which people sometimes use this sequence with long clubs. So I will treat my hearts as if they were only 5, since they are so bad. If she raises me, that's fine. If she bids 3-0 trumps, I'll accept that, because she might have those 6-3-2-2 hands, which some people like to bid 2-0 with. Now, she raised on a doubleton honor. That's okay, because she doesn't have the long club suit. And basically, we need to lose at most 2 hearts. Oh, I thought that was I have to approach my getting nearsighted. I thought it was a club lead. But anyway, it's a spade, and this is about not losing 3 hearts, basically. So we can, I think the ace of clubs is with West, given that 9 of spades lead. I would like to get my hand with the queen of clubs, but I'm not sure this will be the case. Let's play the king of clubs, which is not, it's hard to duck that. Sometimes they think I have a singleton. I'm trying to find out who has the king. But at least in this way, I do have a sure entry to my hand in clubs later. Now, finally, to hope that the heart is on side, or perhaps queen jack doubleton on side, something like that, or perhaps a misplay on the next heart, which will come from dummy. I don't think these guys are going to misplay, so I think we are down. Let's see. Yeah, no misplay. Now I'll lose this trick and the next. It's a pity that I didn't have the 8 of hearts. The 8 of hearts would make a difference in the handling of the play of the suit. I don't know which would be the best play if I had the 8 of hearts, but I won't think about it right now. I can stop to think about it at some other time, but not at this point. The big difference being that with the 8 of hearts in our hand, we can run the 10, trying to capture a doubleton honor here. We could do that without the 8, of course, but that's very much against the odds because sometimes there are singleton honors lurking. Anyway, this is a 1 club opening bid. And would 3-0 trumps be better? With the cards as they are, probably. Queen of diamonds, doubleton on side, queen of spades on side. It's a tough hand to play. She would be able to make 3 in each side suit, besides hearts. Here I have a balanced hand. Minimum balanced hands should pass in competitive auctions. I might not even have an 8 card suit trump fit. She might and should raise me with 4 clubs only. Now, 3 spades is an interesting development by West. Should be natural. Sometimes it's better to play in the 4-4 spade fit even after they find a heart raise. And so we have some hopes for this Jack fourth here, but not with 4 trumps in dummy. This is very much a hand in which the declare will ruff all his spades in dummy. His hand should be 4, 5, 3, 1. The singleton club is marked by the raise. 4, 5 in the majors is what he's shown. So we might win 2 diamonds. And that's it, basically. I will try to... Clearly, he can only develop extra tricks by roughing in them. So I will draw his trumps. He can come to 6 hard tricks, counting 5 plus 1 rough. 5 in his hand, plus 1 rough, that's 6. 1 club 7, he needs 3 spades. Or 2 spades and 1 rough. Or the jack of diamonds. Not very hopeful here, but we have to go through the motions. Draw declare should have ace queen of spades to bid at the level that he did. Well, let's say he has the jack of diamonds. Apparently he doesn't, since Rhoda is considering playing it. But luckily I have the 9, so I will overtake anyway. Play the final trump that will hold him to 6 trump tricks. Now he needs 3 side tricks. He probably has the ace of spades. Takes him to 2. The third one is either the queen of spades or, I don't know, given that tempo inference that Rhoda has a jack of diamonds. And Rhoda's not pitching spades at all, so it looks like she has queen third. That's encouraging. With 3 little spades, she might just pitch a spade at some point. Queen, yes. Now it looks like the Clara has at this point a trump, a spade, and a diamond. That is the case. He's down. Yeah. Interesting how that innocent heart finesse trick 2 backfired on him. Probably safer to just cross rough, not bothering with hearts at all. Anyway, now we're not vulnerable. I have to bid here, but I don't like it. I have to bid it because spades over hearts is very expensive to miss if you miss a spade fit. From the player's viewpoint, that other hand is very interesting because when you have that auction on club, one heart, two clubs, and he sees that I'm with five clubs, he knows that I have only three clubs. Rhoda wouldn't raise with three from the player's viewpoint. And so he knows that since I have three clubs, I should have four in a major, four cards in some major, either hearts or spades. Spades being by far the most likely case in this situation. And so the cross ruff is pretty safe. And looks like the best route. Here we are. As I said, I wasn't happy with the spade over call, and Rhoda decided to raise on two nice ones. It's not the end of the world, but we do need to get to our hand to finesse spades. We are not vulnerable, so even if we go down, it's not the end of the world. Should be able to make, well, maybe. Let's see how the defense will go. Club discard is good. It means that he doesn't have a doubleton diamond. Iris short in diamonds, therefore. Now they are playing upside down, which means he's asking for a club switch. Best defense here would be to cash two clubs ending in east and then lead the jack of hearts. They are aiming for that. Now, when they lead the jack of hearts, I should probably just rough flow. Roughing with the 9 is kind of dangerous if he has his jack 8-7. Looks like he has one heart, five clubs, west, I mean, one heart, five clubs, four spades, and three diamonds. That's the most likely situation here, which is good news because if he had two diamonds, then I would be exposed to a huge cross ruff after a diamond pitch from west. Let's just make a final reconsideration after this. If I roughing with the queen is clearly bad because now with ace jack 8-7 can score three trumps. Roughing with a 9, he can overruff with a jack, supposedly, and then play a diamond and give his partner a possible ruff. I can't escape that, but I can't make it harder for him to think of that. I think that's why I should rough flow. And come on then. Okay, if I rough with a 9, he'd just discard and it's the same. But at least now I didn't get a diamond ruff. That was my main concern here. He has five spades, which is not impossible. Let's see if our pitches here. Then we are still equal in trumps, and he discarded a club. So it is possible that we will just. Okay, he has a bunch of clubs. Unfortunately, there's no way for us to We'll go down a lot. Down 4. Well, the danger was there from the beginning. When I bid one spade and Rhoda decided to raise on 2, I don't blame her, but it was not the right moment for that. So he didn't discard a diamond because he had 1. He had 6-5. Now that was a strange auction by Wes. That's looking at the hand now. I would never consider doubling 2 spades with that, because if partner has the expected void, partner will expect much better trumps from me. And I haven't bid my 6-card club yet. I like to bid my suits. So kudos to him. I would not have gotten that 800 if I were West. I would probably bid 2 clubs over 1 spade. It's diamonds and a major. The not my favorite convention. Don't. And luckily, we were saved by the opponents, because if East passes, I can bid 2 hearts and then play in a 4-2 on spades, or I can pass and then play in 4-2 in diamonds. There are many horrible ways to, to deal with this hand. But we were saved by the opponents. And I will lead a diamond. We have a heart fit, I know that. But I have a very bad hand. And so does Rhoda, apparently. Now, Rhoda has a king of spades, and he's trying to avoid a ruff. So he's losing to the king of spades on side, because he can have his king of spades and a queen of diamonds and be playing in a part score. So he did avoid the ruff at the cost of a trump trick. And now he will win 4 spades, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and a club. That's 9. If he has another heart to rough in dummy, that's 10. But we, of course, we will make a spade, a diamond, and a club. Only 1 club. He will discard his 3rd club. Rhoda has 2-4-5-2 or 2-5-4-2. It really depends on whether Rhoda has 4 or 5 hearts. The question of whether Ira will make 9 or 10 tricks. Rhoda is thinking that she'll be in play, but the heart king is on side, so it's not a very expensive end play either. But she has the ace and the 8 of diamonds, and she has no more clubs or spades. That's why she's looking into all the possible plays. But best is just win and play a heart with a heart king on side. We're not giving the Clara anything that he couldn't do by himself. And basically, if the Clara has 5, 2, 3, 3, he'll lose a club. It's precise distribution, 5, 2, 3, 3. He has 5, 3, 2, 3. Yeah, he has the mirror distribution that we were hoping for, and he'll lose a club. Okay. I think we're gonna get some imps here because played by West and with the spade finesse, he'll make more. Yes, here we are, 2 imps here. 15 high card points. That's a 1-0 trump opening bid. If they let me. They didn't. In this case, Rosa did. Rhoda didn't. And I will just bid for spades. Just bidding for spades, hoping for a good hand there. As a general comment on style/strategy, I don't really like invitational sequences. And especially against, not against, opposite, especially opposite unbalanced hands, because declare partner will often be unsure of what is a good and what is a bad hand. And so, for instance, she has a bad hand. She wouldn't accept any invitation. She wouldn't consider her hand really good. But it is a good game, especially after the lead. It is a very reasonable game. If we can make 6 spade tricks, and then we have one on each side suit, that's 9. And many chances for 10, including, well, now that spades are 4-1, our prospects are much worse. But if spades were running, then we would have a reasonable game. And she has a minimum. She could have a better hand, but she would never be sure of whether her values are working or not. We don't have good tools. So when I have any hand that's on the cusp, I just bash. Now it's interesting that Ira decided to lead from queen fourth or spades. Looks like he has all the aces. So I wouldn't have played as she did, a club to the queen. I would just have led a low heart. But maybe she has some plans to win the the hand, to make 10 tricks. How can we get to 10 tricks? I don't see any way for us to get a 10 tricks. We will make 5 spades. We'll make 2 clubs, a heart and 2 diamonds. That's 10, but we don't have entries for all that. They can easily dislodge our entries. So at that point, once I find out that spades are 4-1, I'll just duck a heart, not mess with clubs immediately. Try to find a discard for my third club on the queen of diamonds after drawing trumps, or one more trump. But we are not vulnerable. We are talking about the second under trick. Again, not a big deal. In imps. Let me repeat the invitation to the kibitzers. Now, we will still lose 3 tricks, so it's down to, regardless of the defense at this point. Only if we play a diamond to the 10 and somebody wins the ace, which I don't believe is possible. Okay. Down two. Good bridge. Down one was usually considered good bridge. Now it's down two. I will mute somebody who has an echo here, but remember, you can always ask questions to unmute yourself and ask questions whenever you feel like doing that. Okay, that kind of hand that is. Good shape, bad suit. But we're in third position, so if it comes to us, I will open two spades with this piece of trash. But not Vol versus Vol in third position absolves many sins. Here we go. I wouldn't condemn anybody who opened three, by the way. But I like to play straight in general. Here we go. I much rather playing two than three with this hand. Okay. Deuce of clubs. Should we finesse here? It's not a big. I will finesse just because they will never assume that I have a singleton. If I do. And so I will now let them lead their trumps. So Ira has king queen of. Play this. Let's check what's going on in clubs. He was expecting Ira to have the singleton, right? That was the ploy. Now, should we? I think it's the same. Let's play the 10. Let me had the 9, right? You remember that. Well, it's time for us to develop our hard trick. Funny way. Funny way. 3 8s and a 7. We lost 7 imps. It's kind of surprising to me, but Still a funny way. Why is it that we are losing 7 imps? People are getting overboard with their hands. No, there are two outliers here, really skewed the distribution. And they have 25 high card points. They should be in game vulnerable versus not. On average, they didn't bid that, so kudos to them. They escaped it with clubs behind them. It's a very bad hand for them. But in general, with 14 and 10, you'd like to be in game vulnerable versus not. Ordinary hand, nothing going on here. What will we lead against one-note trumps? We'll lead a spade, pedestrian spade, fourth best. Now they are inviting, most likely. This is the so-called two-way checkback statement. Some people call it XYZ in other context, actually, but in this context, after a one-note trump rebid, the proper name is two-way checkback statement. And basically, West bids two clubs, which forces partner to bid two diamonds. And now any other bid by West is an invitation. So two hearts is an invitation with five hearts, two no's of invitation with four hearts, and a balanced hand, and so on. It's a very nice system if you can get comfortable with it. It's good to be able to stop in two hearts and invite, as they did. Now, apparently we have maybe three spade tricks. We have to hope for that, right? And it's very possible that they are playing in the wrong strain because it looks like they have a 5-1 fit. Ira had a very nasty rebid problem. Some people would actually have solved this rebid problem with one club, one heart, one spade. They are not of my persuasion, but it's a nasty rebid problem. Some people would kind of solve it by opening one diamond and then two clubs, but that's no solution to my taste either. With this shape, this is always an awkward shape. And my own strategy is to open one club, open my longest suit, and then rebid either one or trump or two clubs, depending on the quality of the clubs. Here, I would rebid two clubs. And interesting that Rhoda with king, queen, fifth of spades did not bid anything. That's very interesting. And now he discarded diamond. Think about his hand. He should have something like, I'll play a spade, of course, but he should have something like 1-5, 3-4, and four clubs. Why is he discarding diamonds? Well, Rhoda can play a diamond regardless of what she has because she knows that his diamonds are weak. He should have three diamonds and four clubs. Then Rhoda didn't lead a singleton club. No, he has four diamonds. And so he discarded. That's very strange. There's something very strange going on. And so there's nothing for us to do except to keep playing spades. Now each of them, Rhoda and Leon, has a trump. I will show my club count here because Rhoda has to Rough in only when he's out of clubs. Now she roughs, and we will win a spade still, a diamond still. He has the fourth diamond. That was a strange line. For him to choose spade, spade. If you rough and play three clubs immediately, you can discard one diamond, but then you have to rough the second. Otherwise, you're quite doomed to see what happened. Uh, unless the the guy with four trumps has three clubs, then you are home. That's against the odds, quite against the odds. Anyway, new one, balanced hand, 14 high card points. Curious to see what's going on at the other tables because this should have garnered us some imps. They should be playing in. Oh, nobody has played. That's what happened. And Leon is saying that he could have passed one or trumps. I'm not a big fan of this, of passing in one or trumps with that hand. It's very possible that they will have. Here I have to try to catch my four top tricks, right? 10 of clubs. That is encouraging in the sense, encouraging, that's discouraging, but it's encouraging in the sense that she might have three clubs. It looks like she has three clubs. And so let's cash our setting trick. And maybe, just maybe, she has the Diamond King. She did raise me after all. No, down two. She did have the Diamond King. Okay. I think it's strange that this the BBO has shouldn't have a big repository of boards with comparisons, but I don't know. It's strange that we are playing and suddenly there are no comparisons. Let's see. Vulnerable versus not. We want to bid something with this hand, but what? Let's see what Ira will do. I would like to bid a weak jump over call in spades. That's only possible over one heart because I don't want to go to three spades. If he raises, let's say he gives me a forcing inverted two diamond raise. Now I could beat three spades. Okay. I will beat three spades here. Mostly because 6-4 and what's a good word for this suit? It's not a good suit, but it's a sturdy suit. Should take some chances. Maybe Sparta has something like queen third. We can uh, we can establish our spades. Maybe. Who knows? I like to help partners opening leads. The three is encouraging. I could play the jack, but sometimes she has a doubleton, and that jack is expensive if the card has ace queen eight. Unlikely. But I don't see any downside to playing an encouraging three. She should continue spades. Now, if the low diamond comes from dummy, I should play the nine of clubs to show that I have nothing there. Six and two. So it's possible that she has a doubleton. And if that is the case, then the card has ace queen eight fourth. And we don't have entries for other spades, if that is the case. I keep plodding along. At least now I will force Leon to not plan on losing a diamond to me because I have a lot of good spades to cash. And so if he plays diamonds at all, at some point he will play the ace and hopefully lose a trick to Rhoda's hypothetical diamond honors. She had diamond honors, but not good enough. Okay, he discards. The queen and the eight of hearts are high. Have you seen this shape before, my friend? We just discussed Ira's problem on board 10. And here, this is the kind of hand with which I would rebid one o trumps. One club, one heart, one o trumps. Very bad clubs. But with his hand, ace, king, jack, nine of clubs, I would open one club and then rebid two clubs. With five clubs with ace, king, jack, nine. Of course, partner being a passed hand is a bit different. I will, for instance, pass one spade. If she didn't open two spades, she doesn't have extreme length there. And being a passed hand with my 12, dead 12 with a singleton jack, we should not be close to game territory. Of course, over one heart, I have to bid something. I don't want to leave her in a 4-1 fit, so it's 1-0 trump it is. That's natural. It's not new minor forcing. It's very rare that we have this kind of sequence, but here we are. Means that probably they have a good heart fit, the opponents. See, they have that good heart fit. And Rhoda has a huge hand. Okay, 4 of hearts. I was asking whether three clubs wouldn't be a better description. I kind of agree. Let's see if I can. Basic plan here is to cross rough. Come on. But I do want to try to establish spade tricks before cross rough. Intriguing that Leon didn't lead from king queen of spades, but still makes no difference because he shouldn't have king queen 10 fourth. See? So now I can just draw trumps and rough two hearts. That 9 of spades being high means that I can't draw the second trump and cross rough. Let's claim. Okay, 13 haircut points. They open my best suit, so we have a quick pass here. And an even quicker pass if Rhoda doubles. And an easy lead on the jack of clubs. The diamond is also attractive, but I like to develop my tricks. In effect, what we're doing if we are playing two hearts double here is declaring two hearts from the defender's viewpoint. And so we probably need to develop club tricks. Let's go. With or without the double. Not much of a difference between clubs and diamonds from our perspective here. Actually, if declare has two clubs, we want to make Rhoda rough a club. Right, if clubs are 2 with east and 1 with north. Doesn't look like it after the ace of clubs. Apparently, yeah, more than apparently. Okay, so now if we uh, he didn't see my trump. Let us play the ace of spades. Yes, have your undo, of course. So he discarded the diamond, left king of diamonds and the diamond. Looks like he has 3, 6, 3, 1. And if that is the case, and he has a 10 of spades, then the 10 of spades will stand up always. And there it is. Now a diamond. We want to, or a heart, we want to, but a diamond I think is best. But either works. We will have our 3 tricks here. There's no way for Ira to not allow us to win 3 heart tricks. But I want 4. Now let's see Rhoda rough something high. She has, after all, 2 trumps. My 5 of hearts won't become anything. It won't become anything, unfortunately. And here we go for one off. Go to one spade opening bid. And I will double this. My hand is good enough for a reopening double to compete, to contest this auction. The basic criterion here should be your heart length. And so if you have a singleton heart, you will reopen with what, 98% of the hands. With a doubleton heart, hard to say. On this one here, for example, the risk is that partner will take out the wrong suit, as she just did. But on the other hand, there are ways to gain. We can push them a little higher, as we just did, or there is the big bonanza in which partner has a penalty pass, a penalty double of two hearts. So she should have a singleton spade, especially after this lead. So should I risk the jack of diamonds here to establish our diamond tricks? There's no rush for that. No, I much prefer to kill that spade king with my club ace entry. And wait for a possible diamond trick. Now she leads jack of clubs in the club rough. And we have a diamond trick. Now we might. Leon has 3, 6, 2, 2. We don't have any diamond trick, no. He has 5. 3, 5, 3, 2. That is the case, and he discarded the second club. Now we'll get a diamond trick. All right, club trick. He discards his diamond. Down 2 it is. Exactly. Here, there goes the diamond. And the hand is over. People get too afraid to reopen this kind of auction, afraid of hearing 3 clubs. And of course, there's always a possibility of a disaster. Partner could take out 2, 3 clubs with 5 bad clubs, 4 is very, very rare because he would prefer to bid 2 spades with a doubleton. So for him to not have a penalty pass of 2 hearts, not have 2 spades, and have 4 clubs, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I say it's very unlikely. 5 bad clubs is much more likely. But it's a risk. Bridge is not, you can't avoid the risks by passing. Here, for instance, I'm very tempted to just bash 4 spades once I hear the support. Looks like our cards are in a good position. My singleton apparently is opposite nothing, and we are pushing them. And so, and this will be doubled. And I have very high hopes of down 2. Down 1 is almost, I think, certain because Ruda should have a heart trick to go with my 2 tricks. Down 2 is very possible. She could have a singleton diamond, for example. Now I'm cashing queen and king of spades because I don't want Rhoda to think that I have a singleton heart. So I'm playing from the bottom up to show diamond strength. If I had a singleton heart, I would win the first trick and lead a heart immediately. And so she correctly refrained from leading another heart because she should have 2 heart tricks. And now the big issue is whether these 2 heart tricks that she probably has, whether he can discard them on a diamond, but he's not playing for that. So the answer is probably no. And he has a diamond void, but down 2 it is. No comparisons. But certainly a good board. Since we're not full, the best we can do is 420, 450 maybe. Anyway, new one. It's tough to win imps when our good boards have no comparisons. Okay, this is a quick pass. No high hopes of any large scores on this hand. Whenever we say that, sometimes they just go for 1100 or on some silly bit, but these guys are good, so I don't think that will happen. A normal, gentle 2 spades, with Rhoda having 14, but mirrored, or kind of mirrored.
Well, I can just sit in the garage. That woman from across the street, she came over. Learning more what part of Minnesota. She said, well, these people are gonna be right next to us are from Minnesota. I said, yeah, well, we know them. Oh, yeah.
It's talking about the woman from across the street.
That woman said they've been in here for 18 years. They're from Michigan.
Oh, really? Huh.
Mute. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to the table. Where's my table?
Just
Okay, here we go. 5-2, queen 4.
Orange from before
So
too.
another mutable queen here. Oh, they muted themselves. That's good.
Our with adventure. You know,
Not quite. So who has the ace of spades? Apparently, if West has a king of diamonds, and I hope for a club honor, would he lead a low club from 3 small? That the club lead is strange because that's Rhoda's opening suit. 3 small or king third or king fourth, they are all strange holdings to lead from. All of them. Finding jacks is often difficult because the presence or absence of jacks doesn't make a lot of difference. But I do know that the club lead is strange, and so I would expect West to be more balanced. I want to eliminate diamonds before leading anything, first of all. And East had also a strange continuation of a club, of a diamond. Let's see.
okay, let's sit down and eat that snack.
Yes, here we are.
That young
Let me just mute another.
That's it. I'll bring it there. I'll bring it there. Better.
The reason one looper that is not muted. Okay, going back. We got that jack, and we want to get the second jack, and maybe we will be able to just discard it. I don't think we will. Then he led the 5 and the 3, so it looks like king queen 10 fourth here. But that said, it looks like king queen and the king and the ace, so the ace of hearts should be here. Ace of hearts is in West for sure. For sure. King, queen of clubs, ace of spades. No, it's not for sure, but I think Ira would bid something with 13. So there's nothing to do other than to play a heart to the 10. Hearts are not 5-2. And here we go. Found both jacks. Hearts were hard to miss, but spades were possibly misguessable. 18. Very nice hand. Now this is an uncomfortable situation because this hand is probably too good for 3 clubs, which is not forcing. I hate to bid no trumps with a singleton in partner suit. He doesn't judge them very well, but there's no good bidding standard. Maybe 3 no trumps. Could try 3 no trumps. Since that club suit is so good, I think 3 no trumps is correct. If my club suit were a bit worse, then I'd have a problem. But the standard way of dealing with a one suitor that is too strong for the jump rebid, for the non-forcing jump rebid, and has stoppers, which is this case here, is 3 no trumps. But you should have a nice club suit. Hopes of running it easily in no trumps. And that's a fine description of the hand. So Rhoda is unlimited. She can invite me. She can beat a slam if she wants to. Especially from her viewpoint, the only suit in which I might be short is diamonds. So that is a natural invite. I really like my hand. I should have something like 18 to 20. I have only 18. And I've shown my 6-card suit. But it's a very good. And no jacks. No jacks is always great. The big problem here is a diamond lead. And to guard against that, I'll suggest clubs. She can always correct if she thinks that no trump is better. But if she has something like ace empty of diamonds or even king queen of diamonds. So we are on 2 finesses. Let's take hearts first. Right? Doesn't matter. Let's take clubs first. Okay. So now we have 12 tricks. And he's discouraging in hearts. So just believe him and make my heart finesse. Here we go. Six no would also be good. Since she has ace king of diamonds. But if she had ace queen of diamonds, for example, now we would see the slam would be much worse. Not much worse, it would be worse. But certainly 6 clubs would be much superior to 6 no trumps from my side. Two hearts, not Vull versus Vull. I will certainly beat something. And if partner were not in 3rd position, I would just blast 4 hearts with this hand. She being in 3rd position, I have to give her some leeway. She could have only 5. So I'll beat only 3 hearts. And also, I'm not that discouraged by them bidding 4 spades, given my spades. So maybe that's what I mean. If they bid 4 spades, maybe it's right for us. I don't want to over-encourage a sacrifice. I don't want to, not that Rhoda is likely to take it. She'd have to have a very strange hand to bid again as the preemptor. Ira has a monster. He was considering action, or he has only 3 spades. Let's hope for that. Yes, only 3 spades. Much better for us that he has only 3 spades. And now, if Rhoda has a spade on her, ideally the king, and Leon has queen 4th, maybe we can defeat this. I could play a club. I want her to play a club from there. So I'll leave her on lead because I want this club from there. If I didn't have the king of clubs, I should overtake this and do my thing. But by leaving her on lead, I hope she will interpret this as I want you to play something from your side. And this something looks like clubs. She could have a yet another honor. She has queen, jack, and queen so far. So this could be very expensive. And of clubs is interesting, especially if the declare has only 4 spades. Because let's say the declare has something like 4, 2, 3, 4. 4 spades, 2 hearts, 3 diamonds, and 4 clubs. Now we will make a club trick. Deuce of diamonds. Oh, Rhoda had 5 hearts. Not bad. But still, he's trying. So if he has 4, let's count his diamonds at this point. Rhoda has 2, 5, 2, 4. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He has 4, 3, 4, 2. I can ruff. I don't have to wait until he's out of diamonds to ruff. I'll just cash my club. And that's it. And that one. He has a trump and a diamond. Very good. When they wrote us daring preempt, fix them. That said, one thing that I feel very strongly about is that the common way, especially in the US, of dealing with this auction, 2 hearts, double, 3 hearts, I'm about to act, is quite misguided. Most people would play that with spades. You have to bid them, just like Leon did. And that double of 3 hearts would show the minors. And I think that any convention that is designed to show the minors in detriment to your flexibility is not great. So my preferred way of playing this is to play that the double of a raised heart preempt shows spades. And so with the West cards here, I would double 3 hearts and leave East the room to bid 3 no trumps, which is laid down. East knowing that I have spades only 4, because I would bid spades with 5. So the double shows 4 spades. But still 4 spades which are bad enough that I don't want to commit to spades. That's the message of double as I played. And if I have the minors, who cares? Basically, you can bid 4 no trumps, you can bid whatever. The minors are not as important as getting these hands right. This is a huge swing against them. I'll play a low club here because I want to show a side diamond entry in case Rhoda is leading a singleton, which is very possible. But coming back to the theoretical, issue here. I think West should double this hand. East should be 3 no trumps. Nice play, 8 of spades. Is it a diamond natural? Probably yes. No alert. So looks like Rhoda has ace jack third of spades for this spade to the 8. Or West is just showing off with king jack 10-9, something like that. But that's not quite obvious. Doesn't matter then. And Rhoda led from 3 little clubs. So the hearts are going out. I should show counting hearts, even though she should know that Declare has 5-4-2-2. And now I'll lead a heart from my side. He'll rough, and the hand is over. No way to beat that. We win our 2 aces and a trump. Once he led a low spade from his hand. He could have disguessed spades leading, finessing into Rhoda twice, but he didn't. So there's nothing we could have done. At other vulnerabilities, I might experiment here, knowing that Wes has a huge hand, but Vol versus not is not the moment to do any experimenting. Nowhere to run, baby. Okay, so my hearts are behind dummy, which is good. But we have at most 16 high card points combined in our hands, which is bad. 11 high card points in dummy means that this is very bad. They have 30. So partner has 5, 6 maybe. There's someone on the chat asking a question on the chat. Oh, just thank you. Happy New Year, Dodie. Thanks a lot for coming. Okay, so I will. This is a hand in which we'll, when they have 30 high card points, roughly 29 or 30, we're not going to get rich. Oh, this. Comes a club. Now declarer, unless declarer has bid in a tricky way with a singleton heart, he will lose a heart to us. If he's balanced, he should lose a heart to us. His most likely shape should be something like 3-2-3-5. So let's guarantee our heart, especially after the 8 from Rode. Declare should have the 9. Here it is. And 2 tricks for us is more than we could hope for. Exactly. I'll accept. Bad hand, not Vol. It's a pass. No aces, no kings, no singletons, no voids, equals, no nothing. A club. I really should pass this one. Following that same motto that I just enunciated. 2 queens into jacks and a 4-3-3-3 hand. Even if I have a spade fit, it's very hard to see a game. It's very easy to see us going down when we shouldn't. Case in point. Most the tricks that we can win in no trumps are 4 clubs and 3 diamonds. That's 7 and 1 heart 8 if we get the diamond finesse right. I like being in 1 club on this hand. I would prefer mono trump, of course, but we can't stop there after 1 club. And being pessimistic, we can make only 4 clubs, 2 diamonds with the king of diamonds off, and a heart. That's still 7 tricks. Pretty much, I wouldn't say solid. Sometimes we get roughs, sometimes clubs are 5-1, but very likely. Draw trumps. And leads a heart. We get 8 tricks. The 8 tricks that you would always get in no trumps. And that spade pitch is slightly unsafe. Very slightly. If Ira has honor jack 4th, she just discarded a spade stopper. But she's cashing her 7th trick. I don't think there was any risk if she had discarded a heart and then led a heart to the queen. Now she's going to lose the rest of the tricks. The opponents have 2 spades, a heart, and a diamond to cash. the hearts, and the last spade. Unlucky that we lost to imps because people are making more tricks than no trumps because all the finesses are right. I'm still happy with one club. But that's nobody gets rich in imps from one imp here or one imp there. It's an easy one. It's just a 2-spade contract. Unless she super accepts, then it's a 4-spade contract. Let me just add that this is spades. This is okay. I like the double because I was about to say this is the kind of hand in which we might even have a game with 3 spades and a not very great max opposite. But we need specific high cards. We need her to be very weak in hearts. The honors fitting our honors that Jack of Diamonds should be playing. And so I will not bid anything here because she can bid if she has 3 spades and weak hearts, and I can even go to game. If she wants to play in 3 hearts, okay. Now I'll go to game. Just because looks like our finesses are working, especially in diamonds after the double. And that's always an intriguing moment in imps. But I have to reevaluate my hand. If she wants to not defend against 3 hearts, and if she has 3 spades, then we should be playing in 4 spades. If Farah had my hand, he would redouble. Know that. But imps is about vulnerable games, and I don't mind going down one. I can't see going down more than that. And our Jack of Diamonds did not connect to anything. But even so, if the Ace of Hearts is on the side, which probably isn't, I don't know, given the non-lead. Possibly Ira has a singleton club, and then that's a bad hand. But I want to be with 17 and 7 and no wasted in hearts. And unfortunately, she has wasted in hearts. Okay, that's good for us. The 10 of diamonds return. And now she needs to lead a low spade. Ira should have king jack for this double. And so we are in the running for 4 spades, 3 clubs, 2 diamonds. That's 9. What's queen? Queen is a very intriguing choice, I call it. He's playing for Ira to have doubled with king third. Intriguing indeed. So she'll go down one. She'll lose the king of spades and the heart, apparently. And the ace of hearts should be on side. Leon has a horrible hand, absent that. Now she can lead the jack of clubs, see if it survives. It won't. But if it survives, yeah, it didn't. Now down one with the ace of hearts. Could she have made it? Not with the, if she plays the 10 of spades instead of the queen, goes back to her hand with a, and then she plays a heart. That's what she has to do. And now Leon plays the ace and gives a club rough. So no, she could not have made it. All roads led to the same result. But that said, I think it was a very strange decision to play the queen of spades instead of the 10. Didn't cost though, luckily. Yeah, there's no way to make that against good defense. During those silences and when we are waiting for something to happen, remember you can always unmute yourself and ask some question, make some comment, suggestion. The floor is yours when we are waiting for something to happen. Okay, so now when we are defending, let me be a little bit more professorial here. One thing that we should always be doing is adding dummies high card points to ours to have an estimate of how much partner has. In this case, we are seeing 15 high card points. And so partner should have from 8 to 10 if the card has 15 to 17. You can work out the math by yourself if you want to, but basically we have to to plan our play according to this premise that partner has from 8 to 10 high card points. And we want to encourage clubs, especially if you notice the spade lead 10 won by the queen. So partner might have king 10 9. If she has ace 10 9, it doesn't quite matter what she's doing, but king 10 9, queen of clubs switch. Should I overtake to establish spades? No, there's no rush for me to do that. Let's establish our clubs. Let's get our second club trick. Now, if partner has King 10 9 8. We need and apparently the card has 2 diamonds because he has 4 hearts. Four hearts, 4 clubs, 3 spades, and 2 diamonds. So looks like his goose is cooked. And the spade will enable Rhoda to cash out. He had only 1 diamond. Tricky, tricky. Okay, 8 hearts, 8 lopsided hearts. King, queen, jack, 8 missing. That's a lot of high hearts to be missing. But we're not full. When we're not full, there's not much to think about. Well, 4 hearts now would be a huge hand, so I will bid only 3, expecting to be able to be 4 at some point. Maybe this is not quite wise for the conventional wisdom, but it is a fact, and that's how we are playing, me and Rhoda, and I guess most people, that 2 spades, 4 hearts would show a strong hand, which is not what I have. I don't have a strong hand. I do have a 5 heart bid though. And the good Lord gives me 8 hearts, I rebid them. I don't know what's going on. It's possible that this is a phantom, especially looking at my king of spades. It's a bad card for our side because it might score a trick in defense and not in offense. So we might be getting doubled here with a hand in which we would defeat 4 spades. That's what we call a phantom. But not Vull versus Vull, and with 8 hearts, it's very easy for me to see other scenarios. For example, here it looks like, especially if the ace of the king of spades is not a trick, we don't know. But if it is not a trick, then they might make 4 spades. They will very easily make 4 spades, but losing 2 hearts and a club at most. So we have to hope that our spade will win a trick. It didn't. And now we are 2 or 3 down, depending on whether we lose another trump or not. If hearts are 3-1, then 4 spades is very easily makeable. Go down 2. At these colors, there is a big premium on that. So we apparently, it was a very cheap board, but it looks like we win only 2 hearts and a spade, right? That's what it looks like to me. And so 4 spades appears to be quite laid down. Little comparisons probably, but it is a positive board. We should expect more imps out of this one. These are the, let's see, all these 620s. There are too few 620s in my appraisal. Anyway, this is the last hand. Let me thank my partner and opponents. What is our lead against two no trumps? Probably a high club. Probably a high club. I hope I didn't capture my partner's singleton queen. Okay, what now? Nothing better to do than to lead another low club, I think. Especially since doing that exercise, we see 10 high card points. Declare has about 20, so partner has about 10. It's a nasty spot to be in. I think I will. I have to find iris shortness besides clubs. I'll play a low club. It's non-committal at this point. Even if it goes Jack Queen, is something that okay, Queen Jack, that's good. And now she can play her best suit, and that's the main information that I need. What is your best suit, Rhoda? King of Diamonds is a very nice card. I like this. Diamond. Continuation. Although it looks like from the 10 that Ira has ace queen. He's being crafty. Oh, Ira has 5 hearts. 5 hearts. 2 clubs. 3-3. Most likely. Okay, this is the end. Nice defense. Nice defense. It was. Thanks, everybody. Any final questions, suggestions, comments are welcome. And we can scroll back to the hands if you noticed anything worthy of comment. If not, happy 2025 to all of you. And I'll see you next week. Thanks to the people who are responding in the chat. And until next week. Bye-bye.